Bagh Borj residence by BA Studio. In many old neighborhoods of Isfahan, we see small-scale and dense pieces of plaques that had larger scales in the not-so-distant past. Today, in some cases, these license plates are considered to lack the necessary values for investment or living standards in the eyes of the public. The 100 square meters of land of the current project is the result of the separation of a destroyed residential plot into several smaller plots by the previous owners, which is located in the Khajo neighborhood of Isfahan. Being located at the end of a dead-end alley, the limited width of the entrance, being surrounded by surrounding buildings on all four sides of the land, and the small scale of the land was among the shortcomings of the license plate for investing and building an independent residential unit with biological values. All of these shortcomings, along with the height requirements, were considered the most important limitations facing the designers. Dealing with these limitations in the process of producing a high-quality living space and producing added value was considered the main challenge of the project. Looking at the situation of the neighbors and the project in the heart of the surrounding building, you need a strategy, an introverted construction plan in the heart of the existing disturbances of the environment. Architectural design considerations. Centrality of the central courtyard and close connection with all spaces of the building. Providing natural light to the spaces through the modification of the height system of the floors and the physical system of the building. Creating a continuous and dynamic spatial connection between open and closed spaces. Creating spatial independence at the same time as coherence and integration. Spatial diversity of the independent residential unit and multifunctionality of some spaces. Visual coherence in a chaotic environment. Limiting visibility to surrounding buildings and vice versa. Coexistence and homogeneity with the architecture of the central core of Isfahan. In order to limit the view to the neighbors, it was necessary to design a type of mesh that can meet the following needs. Minimizing the view from the adjacent neighbor to the project spaces and vice versa. Minimizing the shading of bodies with openings, maximum light transmission. Coordination of open surfaces with other surfaces in the project. Simplicity of implementation. And finally, the size of the pattern should be such that it prevents neighboring pigeons from sitting inside the holes. Pollution caused by bird droppings is a problem that we face in the maintenance of heritage buildings, and it is mainly managed by methods such as creating piles of broken glass or nails on the edges or, in some cases, using devices to create jamming. After designing several different modules and patterns and testing their light and visibility, we arrived at a brick grid module that met all our demands. However, a unique brick module needed to be made for this project. A requirement that was associated with its own production challenges, especially due to the proportions of the brick module. How to implement bricklaying using these modules, especially on the large area of the wall between two neighbors, was another challenge of this route.